What is going on, y'all? Welcome to Joel Friday TV. I am Joel Friday. Welcome to the show. A few announcements before we get started. Hit that like button, smack it. Lay the smack down, like, subscribe, and share button. Tell your peoples about the show so we get the subscribers up and the message out. Do it now. Help a brother out. As you guys know, we are live Monday through Thursday at 11 a.m. Pacific time on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Punchy.tv. And at any point during the show, you can call in. 888-775-3773, 888-775-3773, and we could talk about whatever you want. We can get into it. I am going to make some more time for the calls today. So if you want to get in there now. We got some stuff that we're going to get into. If for whatever reason you can't call in, but you still have a question or comment, or you just want to support the show, you can go to buymeacoffee.com/JoelFridayTV. The link is in the description. Or go directly to the YouTube live chat. Hit the super chat button there. Send your question or comments in. I'll read them live on air. And as they come in. So make sure you guys do that. It's time to get into it. What we getting into? What's today? Character Breakdown Thursday. Oh, we getting into it. Amazing stuff. I got a little news story that I want to share with you guys from Daily Mail. Interesting stuff. This is from the Daily Mail. Give me 1 second here. I'm pulling it up. It's from the Daily Mail. Husband defends mother who shot dead 3 daughters. What the? He black. He can't read. Husband defends mother who shot dead 3 daughters, then herself. Okay? The husband defends the mother who shot their 3 daughters dead. 3 out of the 4 daughters that they had dead, then turns the gun on herself and kills herself. The husband defends the wife. I thought that was pretty interesting. More to that story. A grieving father whose wife killed 3 of her 4 children before taking her own life has defended her, revealing that she had been battling postpartum depression. Cliff Harshman's wife, who fatally shot, I won't say her name, who fatally shot their 2-year-old twin daughters in the head on Monday in Wyoming. She then shot and killed her 9-year-old daughter while her and the other 7-year-old daughter is fighting for her life at a hospital in Salt Lake City. So she killed 3 of them. One of the daughters, 3 of the 4, the 4th one is in a hospital. And killed her 9-year-old daughter while her other 7-year-old daughter is fighting for her life in Salt Lake City Hospital. The husband says, I'm so angry with her for the decision that was made. However, the grieving father urged the public not to rush to judgment. People don't understand. He quotes, people don't understand that mental illness isn't just a matter of willpower. It's a chemical imbalance in your brain. It's damaged pathways in your brain, and she was an incredible mom, and she loved those kids. Interesting stuff. Tick. What the? All jacked up. Hold on, y'all. Give me a second. I'm coming back. Bow. My bag. Pressed the wrong button. Anyway, chemical imbalance in the brain is what the father is saying, the husband. I want to speak on that. And I also, it's going to tie into the message today. I'm going to get into it. Okay, character breakdown. Don't be laughing at me for pressing the wrong button, y'all. Okay. I want to get into that. Let's do a little character breakdown. But as I do this character breakdown, I want to do it on myself. Okay. I'm going to use myself as an example and make sense of it so we can make sense of this story. Okay. What I also realized is that you can learn a lot about how the world functions and a lot about how the average person operates by just looking at your own self. Honestly, and I'm not just saying that on some like holy Christian hippie type. Well, focus on you and you'll know the world. No, I honestly, if you notice the issues that you have in your own life, then you can recognize them in the world. So I want to get into this chemical imbalance thing because I hear a lot of people say that depression or anxiety or all these things are chemical imbalances. But when you say chemical imbalance, it almost makes it seem or sound incurable. You know what I mean? Like it can't be cured. It's just you have a chemical imbalance in your brain and you're out of luck. You got to learn how to work around it. And that seems crippling to me. That seems like disabling to me. And I don't believe it to be true. But I'm not a doctor. So you think for yourself and you know for yourself. I'm just going to give my theories and what I believe to be true about it. Okay? I'm going to speak on myself though. I'm going to use an example of myself, but I'm going to use the most appropriate example. Okay? Because we're on TV, right? And kids are watching and all that stuff. We want to be appropriate, and plus, that's how you should operate, even if kids weren't watching. You know what I mean? You want to be decent. So I'm using an example. And you can change this example and use it in any kind of other issue that you may be dealing with, or use it for this lady's issue where she's dealing with chemical imbalance and depression. Okay? Me, I love to eat sweets. Let me tell you. Lord have mercy. I love me some sweets. The office will tell you. The guys here at the office, they'll tell you that I be snacking. Right? And usually, I won't eat until after my show. Right? I usually skip breakfast. I just like it better that way. But sometimes I'll eat breakfast. Right? I get a little sweet tooth and I'll eat some breakfast. Right? But it's usually like some type of sweet, some type of pastry. And but I enjoy and I prefer to wait till lunchtime. Okay? So with that being said, because I prefer that, And when I'm craving a sweet, I tell myself, I'm like, no, don't do it, right? I tell you this, like this morning, ooh, I wanted me a Pop-Tart. Ooh, I wanted me a Pop-Tart, bad. So I'm like, no, just wait till after the show. You don't need no Pop-Tart right now, boy. What's wrong with you, right? So I said, no, all right, I ain't gonna get no Pop-Tart. And what happened? You tell yourself no, what happened? The craving grows stronger, right? I'm like, damn, hungry. I need just that little Pop-Tart will be fine. I'm like, no, because I'd rather wait. And then I tell myself, no. Hours pass. I'm like, dang. I'm getting hungry and hungry and hungry. Mind you, I'm like getting hungry, right? And I'm avoiding this Pop-Tart so bad, so hard that I just give in. And I get Pop-Tart candy and chips. You know what I mean? I'm laughing, but this situation is not a joke, okay? I'm talking about real stuff here, okay? Pop-Tart candy and chips, right? When originally it was supposed to just be a Pop-Tart, just a little pastry in the morning. But I realized this, and I've realized this in different areas in my life or whatever, right? Is that when you tell yourself no, it's the very reason that makes you want more, right? You want more because you have in your mind that you can't have it. You told yourself in your mind that having it is bad. Having it is wrong, right? So you want it more. So the craving gets so strong and then you just go crazy, right? You do all kinds of crazy stuff, right? And like I said, I'm saying sweets, but you can use it in any kind of example, any type of craving, right? Cravings are a big spectrum, very wide spectrum, right? So that was the issue, is me telling myself no. But I realized that also, that as well, that I find myself still at times trying to control my life, right? Still trying to control my life, prevent myself from doing things, tell myself that I'm not going to do it, all this kind of stuff. I'm still trying to control certain things sometimes, right? And then I'm thinking like, why? Why do I care so much about certain things? Why do I care about that so much? Why is that such a big deal? And for one, it's because of trying to control. But the reason of control is fear of the outcome. Fear of the outcome. What does that mean? Well, what will happen if I let go of control of this? What will happen if I let go of control of this? Right? What will happen if, these urges just happen? What will happen? Right? And that fear, what does that fear do? It makes you latch on again to try to control. When the latching on for control and the trying to prevent yourself from eating a Pop-Tart, doing this, doing that, giving into depression, drinking the liquor, is what's actually driving you to do it. I was like, oh, that's interesting. And I was thinking like all of that is based in a fear of the consequence, fear of what will happen. Am I making sense or no? Press 1 if you're like, Joel, just shut up, boy. We just want to hear about some normal. Or press 2 for like, I see where you're going with it. I see where you're going with it. But it's just fear of the outcome, fear of what's going to happen. So we hold on so tight to the very thing that's driving us to continue to do what we don't want to do. So I ask, why not just let it be? Why not just let go? And I ask this to myself because I understand what it means to let go, right? And I do, but sometimes I find myself grabbing that control again. But the question is, why not just let it be? Why not let the urges fly? Don't take my word for it. I could be wrong. So if that sounds crazy to you, what does that mean, let your urges fly? Don't do it. I'm not telling you to do it. I'm not encouraging you to do nothing. Know for yourself, think for yourself, live your own life. But I'm just asking. Why not let go of that control and let the urges free? What does that sound like to you? That I should just go out and do whatever I want now? Does it sound like that? Or does it sound like just letting go of trying to dictate everything? I'm just asking. I'm just wondering. Because I thought that God fights our battles on our behalf, right? I thought that freedom is trusting that we'll be taken care of, though we can't see, though we don't know the outcome, though we don't know what the heck is about to happen, right? But one thing I do know, every time I tell and I'm speaking for myself, every time I tell myself no, it turns into a head, yeah. I had to bleep it for the kids. A head, yeah. I pressed a little bleep button here. I realize that's how it works. It makes me want it more. So maybe trying to prevent things isn't the answer. Maybe we just getting in the way. Maybe we making it worse by thinking that we can control things. I'm just thinking out loud. And I was going to say something else about that. And then I'm pretty much off it. Oh yes, I want to read this to you guys. Cuz I just find it very interesting. Psalms 23, 1-6. The Lord is my shepherd, I lack nothing. He make me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside quiet waters. He refreshes my soul. He guides me along the right path for his name's sake. Even though I walk through the darkest valleys, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepared a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil. My cup overflows. Surely your goodness and love will follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. But what stands out to me is even though I walk through the darkest valley, I will fear no evil because you are with me. What is there to fear? And I ask this to myself. To me? I like, Joel, what is there to fear if you just let go? You just don't care. And I'm using the sweets as an example. What, I'm going to get fat? What, I'm going to get diabetes? Those are the things. Well, the fat one never comes to my mind. But like diabetes, because black people get diabetes. So I sometimes be like, dang, I got to calm down because don't black people get diabetes? So like diabetes or like cavities. I hate cavities. You know what I mean? Like you only got one pair of teeth, one set of teeth. You know what I mean? Like you mess your teeth up, you're out of luck. You know what I mean? So like you're going to have no teeth. So what do all those things do? When you hear all these thoughts in your head saying, but this is gonna happen. This is gonna happen. You now like try to get in the way. No, okay, bet. I'm gonna avoid it then. I'm not gonna eat no more sweets. No, I'm not. I'm done with the sweets. I'm done. It doesn't do me no good anyway. I'm better when I don't do it. I'm gonna just stay on the path. What happened? You got your sweet tooth so dang strong, you eat the pantry door itself. Right? You don't even open the chips. You eat the whole bag itself. That's what it be feeling like. And it's all because of fear in my life. This is what I'm speaking for in my life. Fear had you scared of the outcome, which makes you grip on to your ego. It's a mess. So I'm just wondering, maybe we just let it go. Trust that God's going to lead us. Stop trying to control. Joel, because of time. All right, I'm off that. You can call in 888-775-3773. Let me know what you guys are thinking. Also, I got some super chats I'm going to read in a second here, but let me go to a call. Let me go to William out of California. William, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
My man.
How's it going, William?
I'm all right, man. I commend you. Yesterday, I listened to your show about that little bit of privacy you broke. And I noticed how, younger men wonder a lot about the women. But when you get a little older, you cool off a little bit.
Yeah.
And you pretty much let it come to you. Your situation you were talking about, it's very familiar about that, like you said, about the young lady you kind of fizzed off.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what it's called. It's called the right girl at the wrong time.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
And what do you mean by that?
Well, you could have the right girl. I've had like 3 or 4 times in life and everything. And when you get a little older, you think about it and you say, you know what? That wasn't nobody's fault but mine. I wasn't ready.
Yeah.
And you don't even, like you said, you don't have to boast and do nothing like that. If you're doing the right thing as a man, she'll follow what you're doing.
Yeah. Yeah,
it seems like you've done a good job with it.
Oh, I appreciate that. The right situation, wrong timing thing is a good example because, it also helped me learn so much. That situation taught me it taught me so many things in regards to even having these conversations on the show about relationship. Relationship taught me so much because it taught me how I behaved. It taught me how I should behave. It taught me a whole bunch of things. And I'm grateful that it happened. But yeah, like you said, it was just, it was at a time where I thought I was ready, but I was rudely awakened by the fact that I wasn't. But the pain of feeling that is what woke me up to what I had going on.
Yeah. When it's happening that moment, you feel like you're the only person in the world that went through it. But the thing is, it's quite common.
Yeah.
It's quite common for young men to go through that.
Yeah.
I think that the more that you learn, the more that you get to the point where you just cool out and everything, and you just be so cool about it that you let what's going to come to you. You let it come to you.
Yeah.
And you're a little bit more mature about it. But when you're young, you feel like it's the only relationship in the world.
Yeah, that is 100%.
I see you said the Love Boat show. Yeah. I like it. See, it's sticking.
I stole you named it. So I stole.
Yeah.
I borrowed it.
Yeah, I just hope we don't get any infringement issues with it. Maybe the Joel's Love Boat. Maybe you have to put a little
Yeah, I
twist
know.
on it.
Yeah, put a little twist
Yeah.
to it.
Well, if you ever get a chance, you need to listen to that song by Jack Jones.
Okay, I'll check it out.
The theme of the show that you can pull up some of those shows on YouTube. It was about love.
Oh, okay. I'll check it out.
Yeah. But you pointed something out that's pretty much a lot of men go through that, and then you kind of chill out and go. The older you get, kind of take it a little different.
That's a good point.
I like the way you handled it.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. That's a good point.
It was kind of brave. It was kind of brave of you to even bring that out. I see the young ladies, and they've already been wondering, and you just opened up the vault. That was cool.
I wasn't in a rush to say it, only because
don't blame you.
Yeah, I like my privacy for the most part.
That's right.
People get involved, and then it can get messy and stuff like that. So I try to kind of keep it chill, but at the same time, I'm not. I got the wedding band on, and I'm also, not super trying to keep it secretive. So I just wanted to be honest. At the end of the day, William, I'm just trying to be regular. I'm not trying to be flashy about it. I'm also trying not to be secretive. I'm just trying to be regular. Just regular.
I'm kind of like you.
Yeah.
I'm in a relationship, but I'm in the process of looking at things a little bit different than I did when I was younger. I just kind of put it like this: but give me 3 seasons, 3 winters, 3 springs, 3 summers, 3 falls. We get through that. Yeah. Hey, please, no big wedding.
Yeah. Did you hear? You hear what I said about the people who had the big weddings and the rings yesterday?
Big rings. Success ratio is low.
Yeah, it's crazy.
The success ratio is pretty low when you do that.
Yeah.
I think if I were to do it, it's probably going to be City Hall.
Yeah, and it could just be a chill thing. It doesn't have to be this big old expensive thing, because those things are kind of expensive. And
$25,000.
Yeah, and plus, you know what I mean? It's like I know a guy who did a small wedding, and his small wedding was still like $10,000, and I was like, man.
Yeah.
So.
And it's like Gregatron was talking about wealth and spending and saving, and he had a good point when he said, you learn this over time. You have to learn how to spend it slower than you make it.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? You have to learn how to spend it slower than you make it.
Spend it slower than you make it.
That's how you keep it. Yeah. That's how you keep it.
Yeah, I agree. That makes sense to me. 100%. Well, I appreciate that, William.
All right. I commend you for that. Nice. That was a brave move. I love it.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it. And call me again.
Take care.
All right. You too. Yeah. And if you got it like that, then do you. But even if you got it like that, it's like, I don't know. I don't even know how that many people that I'm close to. You know what I mean? And I've only told people that like I'm kind of close to, or the world knows now, but typically when it first happened, I only told like people I was close to, people I would talk to, like naturally interact with on a regular basis. That's all I told. I didn't tell extended family. I didn't tell people that you thought I should tell because they're family. I didn't. Because I don't know. It's just not my thing to be super show off with it. But anyway, super chats. Let me check. Let me see here. We got Mr. Kale. No, we got Lin Yan Chin. Says the Prance report, Twinkle toe. Hey, I know we both black, but Hake and I both special needs, so I have to send some old money to Beta back surgery bills to pay. Hake and I both special needs, so I have to send him some money too. Beta back surgery bills to pay. Oh, okay, I see. I see now. Nice. Well, I appreciate you sending me super chat, Lin Yen Chin. Right on. My back feels fine, but you still showing love. Lin Yen Chin goes on to say, no and yes operate like salt and sugar. Interesting. They complement each other, so it is easier to just focus on what you want instead of no to abstain. Interesting. So it is easier to just focus on what you want instead of no to abstain. Interesting. Food for thought, Lynn. Food for thought. All I do know is no feel like the belt to me. I'd be like, oh shoot. Lord have mercy. If I do this, I'm cooked. It ain't supposed to be all like that deep. You're supposed to learn why you aren't supposed to do things. You're not supposed to just not do them because you said not to do them. You have to understand why you are not to do things you ought not to do, why it's better for you not to do. Understanding the renewing of the mind is what helps you be delivered from these quote unquote things, not you trying to prove to God that you're good. When it really is, at the end of the day, you're just afraid of going to hell, afraid of whatever, right? Consequences. That's not doing it for God or for the truth. It's for your comfort. And that ain't the right way. But God knows your heart. Kale, 1 Corinthians 10:3, no temptation has overtaken you that is not common to man. God is faithful, and he will not let you be tempted beyond your ability. Interesting. What does that mean, Kale? No temptation has overtaken you that is common to man. God is faithful, and he will not let you be tempted beyond your ability. Are you saying, Kale, that beyond your ability to be able to endure that temptation? Is that what you're saying? Are you saying that if I'm tempted by a Pop-Tart, that God would not allow this Pop-Tart to be too tempting to me that I have to eat it? I can just endure it hard enough and I shall overcome. Is that what you're saying, Kale? Interesting. I don't know. The Pop-Tart seems like a pretty tall mountain to climb for me. I'm working on it. The Pop-Tart is a metaphor, y'all. Okay? It's just a metaphor. But I do love Pop-Tarts still. That's the truth. But it's a metaphor as well. Thank you, Kale. I appreciate it. D. Jabril NTP with a generous donation. Waiting contributions. I appreciate that. DJ Jabril. Or D. Jabril NTP. Amazing stuff. I appreciate that. Thank you, man. That is very much appreciated. And thanks, brother. Right on, DJ Jabril. D. Jabril. NTP. Shout out. Anyway, let me go to Will out of Australia. Will, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Hello, my man. How are you?
How's it going, Will?
Yeah, it's going well. Just called in about the whole temptation thing that you seem to be dealing with Pop-Tarts, my friend.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's I think you should either overindulge and consume so much that you never want to do again, or recognize what you've learnt already and recognize that whatever's telling you to maybe have some or whatever's tempting you to have some isn't you.
That's very true. That's very true. The idea of recognizing that whatever's tempting you to eat or to do anything is not you tempting you, right? It's the not you. And that makes a lot of sense. But the thing is that it only makes sense so much until it's time to actually carry it out. And I say that because sometimes that isn't always revealed to everybody what that really means. You know what I mean? Because like it makes sense and it sounds good, but do we really know? Maybe you do, but do we really know what that actually means to be able to carry it out?
Yeah, well, I used to be an addict, to be completely honest, just to be open and honest. I was an addict to some very bad stuff that involves bad things. Like, I don't want to be too specific because I know there's children listening, so I'll try and keep it G-rated. Yeah. But it's one of those things that will rewire your brain. And it's that powerful that it makes your brain not produce things in the way it used to. So then once you stop doing it, it sort of, you feel like there's no other way you can feel normal again without doing it again.
And you saying from understanding that it's not you?
Well, when you're in that state, yes, because that state is unattainable otherwise. It's an unnatural state and it's unattainable otherwise.
So, but because what it really comes down to is that the pain, let's just say the pain gets so excruciating. You're like, man, I just want to whatever, like so bad. Are you saying that just repeating that it's not you, that it's not you, that it's not you will help you?
No.
Okay.
There's also social stigma with it also. Like there's a whole lot of gravity that comes with doing those sorts of things, and there's people that you attract, and it's a little bit more hectic than Pop-Tarts, admittedly.
Right. Right.
Like it's far more crazier than Pop-Tarts, but it's still analogistic to it because like whatever, like I think you should just have one if you want one. And plus you're caught between a rock and a hard place. It's the morning, you haven't had breakfast yet, you're hungry, buddy.
Well, the thing is, the point that I'm really trying to make is that whether it's a Pop-Tart or whether it's a drink of alcohol, right? It's like, do we use that same knowledge that you just said right there? Just have it, just drink it, or just do we use that across the board? Because really, at the end of the day, it's all from the same place. It's like the ego wants something, whether it's a Pop-Tart, whether it's the drink, it's the ego wanting something, right? Some type of satisfaction. Well, then how do we shake that satisfaction? Do we just allow it? Do we just not
you say
avoid
it? You say it a lot, my friend. You let go what you think is right and wrong, and you just do. And I did that for a few years, and it was a roller coaster. And once you look around and you realize you have nothing, or it's like I said, a little bit more hectic than Pop-Tarts. But, once you look around and realize you have nothing and no one around you is true and everything around you is false and all you're doing is trying to feed that, whatever that is, you either learn like in any parts of life, you either learn from it and recognize it, or you just keep spiraling, and that's part of why the world is the way it is, I think, because people, they might think they learn from it, they get down in the dumps and then, things get a little bit too hard and then bang, back onto it because it's the easy train. You jump back on the easy train.
Interesting. Well, amen, Will. That makes sense. Is you got to understand what I'm gathering what you're saying is that at one point you just understand what's going on, and in that understanding, it helps you either make a decision to overcome it or stay where you are. So, right on.
Yeah, you articulated it correctly, my friend. I'll let you go, my friend. I know you've only got a little bit of amount of time, so I'll let you go.
Thank you. We'll appreciate it, man. Call me again.
Uri, brother.
All right. Nice. That's cool. See, I like conversations like that. You know what I mean? You just making sense of stuff. Into the truth. Let me go to Jermaine out of Canada. Jermaine, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. You're on the air, Jermaine.
Hey, Joel, how are you?
How's it going, Jermaine?
Oh, as well. I wanted to ask you, because Jesse was talking to a lady right before the show was supposed to end, and they were talking about free will, like, do we have free will? What's your thought on that?
That's a good question. I think that we do have an ability to choose, right? Meaning that the heart makes the choice. And what I mean by that is that salvation is of the heart, and you have to turn your heart and accept God, right? And be honest, face yourself. But you have to choose that. God's not going to make you do that, or else you're not doing it because you see that it's the right thing to do. So I do think that there's a choice that has to be made for God to work on you. And to me, that seems as if it's free will. But I'm not quite sure fully what free will it really is at its definition. But to me, I do think it exists. I do think that there is a choice, because there's people who see the truth. There's people because the truth is passed down to everyone. Everybody knows the truth, but not everybody will accept the truth, right? They prefer to live a different life. They prefer to live their thrills or whatever, right? Or they're angry at God, or they think God doesn't. People have their choice, but there are people who also want the truth. They want to grow in the truth. They want the light. So I think there is a choice that you are to make that allows you to overcome.
Nice. Because when you asked the question, because I was thinking, I popped up on a video the other day, and it was about free will, and I was like, oh yeah, of course. God said when He give Adam and Eve and say, go on and be fruitful, and you have the choice to choose to come back to Him, And just today, I'm just working on some project, and I was like, oh, I kind of understand what Jesse mean now when he was saying you don't have free will, because it's either you do the will of God or you do the will of the devil. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yes.
But then you choose which one you want to go to. So you are correct as well. I was like, oh, that's interesting now.
Well, let me make sense. Let me dive into that just briefly here. Is that I do understand at the same time where the message is that we can't always control our actions, right? And in that way, we don't have control of ourselves. Like we want to say that we're not going to do something, but we ended up doing anyway, right? We're influenced by either evil or good, which I do believe is true. But I think that actions and heart are different things, right? Yeah, like the flesh is weak, so I may give in to temptation here or there on certain things, right? But my heart is honest about it, right? My heart is turned away from accepting it as good, right? Or accepting it as godly or whatever, right? And that's what I feel the free will comes from, in the heart. But in the action and in the deeds, I don't think that we can just choose not to do certain things. If that makes sense.
So you're saying pretty much because you work on the darkness in you, the light is able to shine, and your heart is in a good place.
Yes.
You're not just doing it for a reward. You're doing it because, you're yearning for the Father. Okay.
And it happens on your behalf. It happens on your behalf because your heart is changing. And say if you do something that's bad, like quote unquote wrong, which is quote unquote, I say, because that's subjective. But if you do something that you don't want to do, you're not wrong for doing it. Is that your heart is still in the right place because you're quick to repent, right? You're honest with yourself. Oh, I know that this is not what it is. I know it's the heart that is saved, not the action. And then eventually the actions will change, I believe.
Amazing. So what do you think about, because I see a lot of like videos going around with the street preachers and pastor, and I'm like, in my head, I'm like, I get that their heart is in a good place. They're trying to do the right thing, but it's like the way they're going about doing it, I just think they're pushing people, especially when they go into like the LGBTQ, like when they have their parade and stuff.
Yeah.
It's just like, I just don't think that it's the right way, you know?
That's what it feels like to me as well, Jermaine. It feels like forced. It feels like imposing on people. But, I don't know. People have their own convictions, and, I'm also not here to call them out for being wrong. I just don't agree. Like in my set of beliefs, I just don't believe that that's how Jesus went about talking to people. It's obvious that these people who are indulging in this behavior, they want to be that way. So you let them be that way if that's what they want to be. But the people who want the truth and who want to overcome, speak to those people, right? Speak to those who are seeking, and that's just how I see it.
Yeah. Well, what they're doing, I don't, like, with the LGBTQ, I don't agree with it. But then, with the way the pastors are going about it, I don't agree with it as well.
Yeah.
If they want it, they'll come seek it. And because you're pushing it on them, and it's because they're traumatized too. Because I remember one video you played, the guy was saying he's a pastor's son. I'm like, oh, he's that traumatized then from Christianity.
Yeah.
So you run away.
Yeah.
So like Jesse said, just the prodigal son, they will return, but it's on their own self-beliefs, and when they're ready. You can't force it. It's just going to push them away further.
Exactly. That's a perfect example, is that guy was a pastor's kid, and he did not, obviously, that the word and always getting the word and hearing all this stuff did not help him, did not bring him life. It actually turned him away from God. So I'm with you on that, man. That makes sense to me.
Amazing. All right, Joel, thank you for your time today.
Right on, Jermaine. Thanks for calling me, man. Call me again.
Amazing. We'll chat.
All right. Nice. Good call. Let me see here. Let me just check the super chats real quick, and I'll get back to the calls. Let me see here. Oh, shoot. Hold up. Wait a minute. Hold up. Wait a minute. All right, let me go to Rick out of Hampton. Rick, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Okay.
Rick.
Yeah, hold on a minute. What's up, Joel? What's going on with you?
All is well, Rick. How are you?
I'm fine, and you? Man, I just want to discuss a sense of golly.
You said false sense of control?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I think everybody wants to be in control to an extent.
Yeah.
Especially today's women, and their egos and stuff. You know what you say about that?
Are you asking me?
Yeah.
Oh, what do I say about what again?
Hold on, Doc, for a minute. Yes, can you hear me? If you hold on for a minute.
Uh-oh. Rick is on the phone, y'all. He was on hold.
Go ahead, Joel.
What was the question you were asking me?
Yes, I'm sorry, I lost you there. Yes. Do you feel like women have a sense of false control?
Yes. I think really all people have that, but yes, women do have it. So we talk about women is because control feels like secure and safety, but it's really destructive, because you end up doing things, your life is actually not in control. It feels that way, but it's not. It's like you grow. I
agree.
Oh, go ahead.
No, go. I ain't mean to cut you off, Joe. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say it's like you grow comfortable with knowing what to expect from the things that you do. So even if you do something that gives you the thrills, or doesn't bring you life, right? When you do those things, even if it doesn't serve you, they're predictable. So you get this false sense of control even doing them because I know these are the results I'm going to get, and you kind of live your life around that instead of just being free.
Yeah, too, I'm the same. I'm like this, too. Everybody want to control somebody. Why in the tarnation people want to control somebody? You can't hardly control yourself.
Yeah.
You can't even hardly do the right thing yourself. So why you want to control another human?
Yeah.
You know how people say, how you hear a lot of people polygamy want to be married to more than one wife?
Yeah.
I'm like, heck, you can't even make decisions for your own life.
Yeah.
You want to make decisions for 3 other women?
Yeah.
It's amazing, man, how people want to be in control of other people's souls and not, have discipline on their own,
Yeah. And all it is, I find that it's just to please yourself, right? All it is just to please yourself. You want your wife or your girlfriend to change so that way she's what you need her to be based off of your imagination or what you want, right? Instead of allowing her to find it on her own. And that's what really causes the problem, because you're not letting life naturally happen,
Yeah. Can you hear me now, Joel?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, good. Sorry about the bad connection.
No, you're good. But yeah, it's with everybody though. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I
hear you.
I'm so out of time, Rick. I appreciate the call, and call me again.
Okay, we'll do, Joel. Love y'all. Be blessed. Have a good one.
All right, you as well. I think Rick's phone was kind of going out, and he might have been at a meeting or something. But I got to end anyway, so that's what that is. You heard the calls, and I'm not telling you how to live your life. You live your own life, and you shouldn't just take my advice and run with it, right? That don't make no sense. You got to know for yourself. I'm just saying what I've experienced in my life, and trying to control things only brings more issues, right? Because I have in my mind what right and wrong is, right? This is right and this is wrong. This is right and this is wrong. So then I'm so hung up on not doing the wrong thing that now I got all this like pent up conflict to avoid it. That's why I say, y'all, right and wrong is just a mess, right? The moment will tell you what to do. And I'm practicing in my own life. I told y'all, I'm telling y'all, I'm practicing this in my own life, right? The moment seems to kind of guide the way, but sometimes we still get caught up. But we got to let go. God fight on our behalf. He's with us. We don't got to worry. We don't got to stress. He's there in the midst of your little mess. DJ JF. All right, y'all, I got to end. American Anchor Baby is coming in on Rumble. As a matter of fact, I'm going to post the Rumble, Nick's Rumble link in the chat here. So that way you guys go check out his show. American Anchor Baby coming in right now, and he is on Rumble. I'm going to my chat right now so you guys can have that link. And amazing stuff. I am not here tomorrow, but I will be back. Oh, no. It won't let me post it. Oh, okay. Hake posted it in the chat. Perfect. Thank you, Hake. I won't be here tomorrow because today is my last day of the week for my show, JFTV, but I will be back on Monday. So I'll see you on Monday, y'all. Until next time, be easy. I'll see ya. Bye.
Like my cousin sent me you, and I thank him for that. It was more of a, he thinks the whole everything's a joke. That just adds a little spice to it. But in the heart of what you're saying, there is real things going on. And people want to overlook that. And I'm telling you, Mr. Peterson, I'm not one of those people. And I thank God that, he showed you to me.